Hello! This is just a short video to talk you through Google Classroom and what you'd expect to see when you're signed on to Google Classroom as one of our children in one of our classes. So just going to talk you through how that comes across. So you'll see here I've went to Google Classroom. The easiest way to do that is to just either Google Classroom or have it saved down on your tab, depending on what device you're using. This is kind of an overview of my classes. If you ever need to see that, come to the top left, click this button, and you'll see classes calendar. I can then click onto the class. This will take me to my stream page. Every morning, the teachers will be sharing an overview, a suggested overview for that day. So if I scroll down here, you'll see different children have posted different bits of work. You'll see here 8:41, this is my message at the start of the day. It gives me an overview of the learning that day. So it tells me when the Google Classroom meets are. So I know 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Gives me some suggestions on maybe the task to try in between or at some point that day, and a little bit more information maybe to get us started. And you can see here we're using the comments. So if there is something I want to ask, if I want to say, Mrs. Mall, where do I find phonics? I can simply type that in and then click the little send button to post it. If you've been doing something really exciting at home and you want to share it, the stream's a great place for it to go, especially if you're doing some of the outdoor learning tasks, or maybe there's a project that you've been really involved in and you want to share. Then if we go up to the top, you'll see announce something to your class. You can click that, and then you've got the add option here. So if you've got a photo, a video, you click that button, you click file, and you can add it onto that post as well, which is really lovely, both for us to see and for the children to see and hopefully have some conversation. Then on that day, if we go to classwork, you'll see here that for different areas of the curriculum, we have different tasks for us to complete. For each child, they will only see the things relevant to their groups. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you what that looks like for the teachers as well. And before us, you can see the different tasks that have been set for the Circle Maths. The reason why we're keeping a few days' work is in case you didn't get something looked at on those days and you need to come back to a different time, it's still there for you to access. So we don't want to just keep deleting them, which you may want to happen at another time. So usually it will be the one at the top is the most recent. But if you need to clarify that, just check on when it's been posted. So this one says it's posted at 8:30, so I know that that is for today. It's live, it's fresh. Then the easiest way to see the whole document is if I click View Assignment. You'll see here we have the overview, and underneath we have the tasks attached. So sometimes that might be a little slideshow to look at, it might be a video, it might be a game, or up the school, it might be a document for us to submit. So we can either add a comment here for the whole class if there's something I don't understand, or what we can do is have private comments as well. Private comments, only you and the teacher see those. So they'd be if you want to have a discussion around a piece of work, or if there's something that you're wanting to ask that you didn't want others to be aware of. Obviously, depending on what device you're using, you can use the text to speech as well, and I'd highly recommend that. So if you are using an iPad or an Android device, you can highlight this, let it press play, and it reads it to you. So if you want your child to be a bit more independent, especially up to school, that might really support as well. When you've read it and you've completed it, if it's something that you would really like to share, it's just a case of us clicking this add or create and choosing the file. It might be something new. So if you've been asked to write a story, you might decide, actually, I'm going to create a new doc to share. If you've been asked to share information on the water cycle, we're going to do that as a slide and I'm going to share it. Or it might be that I've taken a picture of my work and all I'm going to do is click file and I'm going to upload that file. And it'll work the same whether you're on a phone, a tablet, or this. It'll look very something similar. When you're finished, what we're asking is that we do try to press that done. And that's just so that our teachers have an idea on, how many people are accessing the documents, have they completed the work, that sort of idea. We don't need to physically see it, but it gives us an idea of, okay, so they've looked at that today. So if I'm kind of offering support to a specific group, maybe on Wednesday at 11 o'clock, our group is going to look at this for our maths for 10 minutes. This gives me an idea, has the whole group seen this already? The other good thing by doing that, if I come up to the top left and again click here, if I go my to-do list, what I have here is all the different work that's been assigned to me. So if you don't want to go to the stream, you don't want to kind of go through that process, this is everything that I have to do. Some with dates to help us know when it's relevant, some without due date. So if I click on this arrow, these are the things that I've got that maybe don't have a due date. We do have the missing section, so any work that's been given that we haven't been clicking done. So for this account I'm in, I haven't been clicking done or supporting the child to press done on these. So you can see we've got quite a lot of tasks to do. That's not to cause anxiety or stress, but it helps us to know if something's been missed. The other thing we have at the top here is we have done as well. So this then gives us an overview. I click done on that piece of work, so then it shows me what's all been submitted. Again, to go back to the classes, I click up here and I go to my classes. The other thing you might notice is the calendar. So when I click the calendar, it just shows me when the work is due for the certain days. Down the school, probably less of a worry. Up the school, though, you might have tasks that for certain days, if Miss Bertram's asking writing, can we try and get this submitted in for Thursday? So then I can mark it and try and get feedback on the Friday. You might have it for certain days. That was an example, but don't quote me on that. The other thing to make you aware of on classes, we are doing daily little questions to help us do register. So you can see here Monday, what is better? And we've got tomato ketchup or brown sauce. Of course, tomato ketchup is definitely an option. We just click hand in, and this is just another way of us kind of getting a sense of which children are on, who's accessing what, that sort of thing. No way are we going to kind of hold anyone to that. I'll pause you there, and I'm just going to swap over to another account to show you what this looks like as a teacher.